Hi, I'm Sonja B, and I'd like to tell you a story of how my life began. On April 29, 1957, in a small industrial steel mill town, a 6-pound, 7-ounce baby girl was born to two of the proudest, most resourceful, and resilient entrepreneurs imaginable. The mother was 37 at the time, but 4 months earlier had been diagnosed with a uterine tumor. She had no idea she was carrying her baby girl until one day at the hospital, her husband's doctor congratulated her and asked her when the baby was due. She explained, "I'm pregnant. I have a tumor." The doctor responded, "I hate to be the one to break the news to you, but there is no doubt you will be giving birth in about 12 weeks. From that day on, my mother referred to me as her change of life baby. At that time, my 45-year-old father was still in recovery after 6 months of hospitalization from a welding explosion that caused third-degree burns over more than 50% of his body. My mother, during pregnancy and after birth, operated 4 family businesses all by herself while my dad recovered. Each day, Mom and I went to work at a general store, gas station, propane delivery business, and a mobile home park. Mom attended the customers while I slept in a laundry basket. Approximately 5 years later, the family moved to my mother's dream home in the country. There, my family enjoyed fishing, boating, and swimming when they weren't working in businesses. During my school years, I played the flute and the clarinet, played softball and basketball, loved to swim, dive, roller skate, ice skate, bake, throw a baton, and do crafts. I was in the school marching band, the jazz band, FPLA, French club, and was a majorette. I had planned to become an attorney, but at 17, I met my husband-to-be and after several months became pregnant, which put a huge snag in those plans. I immediately changed my major to business office education and enrolled at Penn Ohio Junior College in the Key Punch Operations course to have a way to support my family. I married my high school sweetheart on January 11, 1975. Completed my key punch certification in March, and gave birth to a beautiful baby girl on July 23rd in Havre de Grace, Maryland. Throughout my 38 years of marriage, I've learned to take the good with the bad. My husband joined the U.S. Army when he found out he was going to be a father. Thus we started our life together in Aberdeen, Maryland, while he was in training at Aberdeen Proving Ground. In mid-August, we set out to move to Fort Lewis, Washington, towing my husband's car loaded with all our possessions behind us. Unfortunately, the car could not handle the stress of towing and broke down in Spokane, Washington. So we unhooked my husband's car, and moved the stuff we could live without into my broken down car, and left most of our belongings behind to avoid AWOL status. Before we arrived at Fort Lewis, my husband's car also broke down. We later determined someone feloniously put something into the gas tank to seize up the engine. So we were stranded once again. One car in Spokane, one car in Tacoma, no way to get to Fort Lewis, no money, and nowhere to live with a 6-week-old baby. It was a Sunday afternoon, nothing was open, but we managed to get the car off the road at a closed gas station. We stood with child on the corner trying to flag down help for over 2 hours, when a nice military couple with 3 kids stopped to help. I explained our situation, and the couple told me they would let my family stay with them and take my husband to base in the morning to get his pay. To everyone's surprise, there was nothing owed to my husband at that time. My family was homeless, and housing was not available on base. The nice couple took us in and told us we could stay in their basement and they would feed us as long as we gave the money when my husband got paid. We ended up staying in that cold, wet basement for 114 days before we had enough money to move out. It rained for 99 days straight. Deep depression set in before I finally landed my first full-time job in Seattle as a key punch operator for the Washington State Department of Agriculture. I worked there until my husband's honorary discharge on February 10, 1978. Then we moved back to our home state with no jobs and little money once again. We moved into a 3-room rental that was originally a filling station built in the early 1900s with a drive-through canopy and gas tank pad and pipes still intact. Life for my family was tough during a time of deep recession. One layoff after another, one hardship after another. I learned to live life one day at a time and to always have faith that God will provide, of which He has. Now, We have 2 daughters, a son, and 6 grandchildren. My husband is disabled, suffering daily with chronic neurological pain, and I am visually impaired to the degree of being legally blind after having a stroke at the young age of 55. My career evolved over its 36 years from key punch operation to administrative supervision to project management and finally business analysis. But now that I recently became visually impaired, I cannot drive nor maneuver safely alone in busy places. Thus, I need a new career that does not require extensive travel within or outside of the workplace. So, I enrolled and currently seeking a degree at Valencia College in computer programming and analysis. I hope by taking this class, I will develop better communication skills to improve my ability to obtain and maintain a position in an IT department who develops software for electronic health records. Ever since I worked on the state health exchanges for Ceridian, I have been in tune with how legislative measures are mandating ways to improve the quality of our healthcare system. I now have a personal quest to someday play a crucial role in the development of new cloud technology that will provide efficient accessibility to electronic health records, which will make substantial improvements to the quality and the cost of healthcare internationally. Thank you. Have a great day.